I miss practicing in the studio, but there is something to be said for practicing at home as well. So I want to share with you what one of my evening practices might look like. The night, so the close of the day is a beautiful time to roll out your yoga mat. And really, everybody's practice is different at the evening hour, depending, I think, on the day that you've had. I tend to gear my evening practices to more restorative, stretching, gentle. I do like to add in a bit of flow, so it's kind of a mix. I try to make sure that the kids are asleep, or at least they're in bed, knowing that I'm going to have just some quiet time to myself. In my evening practice, it is a time of reflection. When I roll out my mat in the morning, I haven't, nothing's happened yet. And usually by the wake of the day, whatever I carried with me is no longer there, or I've been able to work through those feelings. But in the evening, when I roll out to my mat, when I roll it out, I come with a lot of shit. So a lot of baggage of things that have accumulated, thoughts, feelings, issues maybe in family or in work or just with everyday people. And sometimes my reactions are positive and other times they're negative. So when my mat gets rolled out, it is a way for me to release and let go. So I'm hoping that the practice I share with you this evening can do the same. I always start my practice with some type of meditation or pranayama. So I will read from this book. It's called Everyday Gratitude. It is one of my favorites. And the quote that I'll share this evening, that's what I'm on, is, "Let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayer." That's by Maya Angelou. And just questions to reflect. Can I bow to the many ordinary and extraordinary blessings that have enriched my day? So when I come to my time of meditation here, I'm going to reflect on where my gratitude is at. What has happened in my day, what has enriched it, what are some just extraordinary things that I might have forgotten about that I can now reflect on and be, that was great and I'm so thankful for it. So just come to a seated easy position and then ground the tailbone to the mat. So connecting to the mat, connecting to Mother Earth, connecting to just the sense of your body here. And go ahead and drop the shoulders down. So just release them. Oftentimes we're hunched up. Just go how. Inhale and then allowing them to drop on the exhale. And then just taking open palms, resting them on your knees. Take a nice deep breath in. Fill up through the nose. Open mouth, exhale out. And just do this 3 more times. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Nice deep breath in. Fill in all the way to the top. Open mouth, release. Final one here. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and open the eyes. And then just dropping the right ear toward the right shoulder. And connecting back in through center and left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale up through center. And drop down to the right. And connect back in through center. And down to the left. Flipping to the right. Center. Left. Center. Let's inhale. Draw the shoulder blades up. And then exhale them down. Good. 2 more times. Inhale. Draw up. Exhale them back and down. Final one here. Inhale, draw up. And exhale back and down. Good. Draw the hands out to a gentle cactus arm variation. So not 90 degrees here. Just a slight bend through the elbows, palms are open. And taking a very slight twist through the thoracic spine to the right. Come back to center and to the left. Go ahead and take the thumbs in toward the glutes, pressing onto the pads of the fingers. Draw those shoulder blades down the spine. So we begin to press the chest out. Then I'm going to inhale as I lift my chin, drop the head back. And inhaling back to the neutral spine. Okay. Let's draw the arms back out. And then drop the hands. Press on the pads of the fingers. Inhale as you lift the chest. Slight arching here. Good. Exhale back to that neutral spine. We'll take it again through. And coming in for a deeper seated twist. Left hand to the right knee. And the right hand can just draw behind your tailbone, your glutes here. If you want the deeper stretch, you can take the right hand and tuck it in between the top of the left thigh and the lower abdomen. Good. Come back through center. Right hand to the left knee. You can press into that left hand, look off the left shoulder. Or for that deeply rooted twist here, wrapping the left hand around the back, tucking in to the top of that left thigh, lower belly here. Coming back around and through. And then taking cow-faced arms. So I'm going to turn around so you can see me here. Let's bring my hands out to a T. Inhale, reach the right hand up. Draw the right hand down the spine. And then I just take my left hand and I gently help to realign here. Now maybe you say just as so. Perhaps you use the shirt to connect. Or connecting fingertip to fingertip. And then from here, I'm going to inhale. And exhale, slight hinge forward here. Good. Coming back up. Releasing out. And so right there, I can feel just the tightness in my shoulders. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And then bend through the elbow. Maybe you just get right about here and this is what's comfortable for you. If you'd like to just bring it up a little bit, right hand to that left elbow. Gentle repositioning here. And then just finding that connection point. Inhale. And exhale, hinge forward here. Good, coming back up through center. And then a swiveling out here. Good. From here, I'm coming on to all fours, so tabletop. going to take my fingertips in toward my knees. So if this is not an option for you, maybe you have them out to the sides, and that's just enough. And then from here, I'm just going to slightly draw my hips back so I feel the stretch through the wrists. Drawing my fingertips back forward. I'll take my big toes together and begin to separate my knees here. And then walk my hands to the top of the mat as I slowly begin to shift into that child's pose. Except this time I'm going to stay high. I'm feeling it through the shoulders. And then as I exhale, I begin to relax down here. So drawing my elbows down, and then shifting my hips toward my heels, coming into my full extension of child's pose. As I inhale, I come back through tabletop, except this time, I'm taking my upper body forward, drawing into low chaturanga arms, and then finally resting the tops of my feet to the mat. I inhale up for a baby cobra. So just a slight opening of the chest. Exhale down. And then I take my hands a little bit wider. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. And then my final time, I press onto the pads of my fingers. I still keep a bend through the elbows. Inhale, pressing up, drawing the shoulder blades down. And exhale, releasing here. Bringing my big toes together, knees to the edges of the mat. I shifted back into child's pose. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. I'm going to begin to separate my hands a little bit wider. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Final variation here. Pressing into the pads of my fingers, bent elbows. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And then coming back up through tabletop. Taking my shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. I'll round into cat first. So I tuck the tailbone, round the spine. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round to cat. Then I just flow this variation with my breath. Back to tabletop. I'll kick my right leg out. So I'm pressing the heel back. I'm sending the energy out the heel. Not jumping into the pose, not having bent elbows, but still stacked. And then I'm going to dig the toes into the mat. Press into the hands here. And inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, press the toes into the mat. And then I just slightly shift back here. One more time, inhale, lift. And then exhale, release those toes down. Now I'm going to turn my left toes to the side of the mat here. So I'm coming into a modified side plank. Left hand will ground. Now in this variation here, my left shoulder is slightly angled with my right wrist. I'm not stacking here. I don't want to put too much pressure on. I'm going to lift my right hand and extend it overhead. Inhale, lift. Extend overhead. Inhale, lift. And extend overhead. Now from here, as I inhale, my right arm, my right leg is lifting with it. I'm coming into rock star variation. So I'm turning my hips, squaring them to the sky, toward the ceiling. Right foot is placed down. I'm going to reach my right hand overhead. So in this variation, hips are toward the sky, chest is toward the sky. Left side is still dropping down slightly. And now as I begin to come in, I'm going to come to my seat. So my left foot is to the inside of my right thigh. Inhale, reach the hands. And then exhale, hinge over the left knee. Open chest here. And then I'm going to walk my hands back up. I'll turn my belly button over the right thigh. Inhale, reaching with the arms. And then I exhale, release over the right thigh. Chest can stay open here, or maybe you come to that full variation. Wherever your body lands, allow it to land. One more full breath. And I inhale, rising back up with my core, coming back into my modified side plank, reaching one more time. And then I exhale back into tabletop. I'll take a few rounds of cats and cows here. I'm just going to reverse direction. You can stay where you are, just so you can see me on this side. I'm going to inhale, left foot presses back, so I send energy out the heel. And then I exhale, pressing the toes into the mat, sending the hips slightly back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release down. Final one here. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, release those toes down. Now I'll take my right toes, the outside of the mat. Left foot seals in. Right hand grounds, left hand opens up. And then once again, I'm not stacking here. I'm not bringing my shoulder forward. There's a gentle diagonal to this. Left hand opens up. And I extend overhead. Take the gaze off the left fingertips. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the front. Inhale, lift. And exhale to the front. Good. As I inhale, I lift and reach. I'm coming into rock star variation. So I begin by turning my left toes up, or my left hip up, opening up here. So the left upper chest is pressing to the sky, and my left hip. I'm reaching my left hand. So a beautiful stretch here. Then as I exhale, I'm bringing my seat to the mat. My right foot comes to the inside of my left thigh. I inhale, reach with my hands. Then I begin to exhale over the right knee. Inhale, rise. And then take the hips, square them forward, bringing them in line with the left. Then exhale as you hinge forward. So finding connection here. Good, inhale, rise back up. Right hand plants. Coming back into that modified side plank. And then exhaling back into tabletop. Taking a few more rounds of cats and cows. And then coming into extended puppy dog. So I'll walk my hands forward. Hips stay high here. I begin to shift them back. You're always welcome to take chin, upper chest to the mat. Then as I inhale, I'm going to come into Sphinx. So I'm dropping my hips down to the mat. Sphinx variation is fingertips, forearms, and elbows are grounded. So you can look down in your hands. They look like the number 11. Chest is open here. Then as I exhale, I'm pressing into the hands, releasing the elbows out to the sides. Forehead to the mat. Taking your hands underneath the shoulders, toes curl under. Inhale, press up into a high plank. And then exhale, back down dog. Taking my feet to the outside edges of the mat. And then I bend through the knees. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, bend through the knees. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, bend through the knees. And as I inhale, I straighten up through the legs. Bringing my feet back hip width distance apart and then walking out my dog. So the crown of the head is not heavy. Ears are by the biceps. Tailbone is nice and high. And then I draw the heels back down. Right foot lifts, coming into three-legged dog. And bend, roll open. Circle out the toes. And then as I exhale, I'm going to take my right knee into the chest and step it through low lunge. Right away, I drop my left knee and I'm coming up here. So knee is over the ankle. I'm going to interlace my hands, and as I exhale, I do a slight hinging forward. And then inhale, draw back up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale. Back to 90 degrees. Final one here. Inhale, hinge forward. Bringing both hands out in front. So palms connect. I'm going to begin to draw the right elbow back until it opens all the way back, those fingertips. Then as I exhale, left hand plants to the 6, right hand connects up to the 12. Inhale, come back into that twist. Exhale, revolved. Gaze up to the fingertips. One more time. Inhale, lift to the twist. Gaze is off the right here. And then exhale, back, revolved. Okay. Right hand down. We'll release down to the inside of the right foot. So we find that lizard lunge. In lizard lunge, you continue to hug the knee into the shoulder. Chest stays open here. So you feel that deep stretching through the inner groin. And down the left thigh, connecting into the right as well. And then we're going to begin to roll open. So I come onto the edge of the right foot. Slight rolling. Okay. That right hand can come to the top of the right thigh. You can draw back, look off the right shoulder. If you have the variation in the space in your practice, you can take the quad stretch by bending through the left knee, right hand to the top of the left foot. Good. And then I release from here. Seal the right foot back down. And then I'm coming into a wide pyramid variation. So left toes will curl under. Then I just send the right hips high, or I send the hips high. And I can still keep a bend through the right knee. You can come up to the pads of the fingers here. And inhale forward. Exhale, straighten. Inhale forward. Exhale, straighten. I'm going to take my hands, place them to the inside and outside of the right foot. Then I draw the right knee back into the chest, kick it up high, roll open, and release to the mat. Left leg lifts, then roll open here, circle out the toes. And as you inhale, square the hips. Draw the knee into the chest. Gaze off the tip of the nose. See if you can plant that foot in between the hands. Right knee drops down right away. Inhaling up through the lunge. Bringing knee underneath the hip. Ankle underneath the knee. Interlacing hands here. Take a nice deep inhale, then on the exhale, just gentle pressing forward. Inhale, straighten out. Exhale, press forward. Final one here. Inhale, lifting. Coming up to a nice tall spine. Exhale, hinge forward here. And sink into this lunge, one more breath. And bring it back up, 90 degrees. Connecting palm to palm. I'm going to take my left hand this time. Bend through the elbow. The elbow grazes my side as I open up into that tall twist. My gaze follows. And then I release that right hand down to the inside of the left foot. 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Inhale, lift up, twist. Exhale, revolved. Inhale, lift, twist. Exhale, revolved. left hand now plants to the inside of the left foot. Coming into lizard lunge here. And then just squeezing in. Open chest. Right toes curl under. Finding wide pyramid variation. Send the hips back. You can straighten through that left leg or bend. Sometimes I even like to take my toes and flex them up. Then inhale, draw forward. Exhale, wide pyramid. Inhale forward. Exhale, wide pyramid. Inhale forward. And then taking my hands to the inside and outside of my left foot. Right toes curl under. Left leg kicks up. Then roll open and release to the mat. And dropping to the knees. And then finding child's pose. And inhaling back up to all fours. Toes curl under. Down dog. And stepping to the top of the mat. Finding forward fold. So I'm coming into gorilla variation. I lift my toes, slide the hands underneath. And then drop my belly to my thighs, so a nice deep bend through the knees. Then releasing from here, I will roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Then as I inhale, I reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. So from here, I'm going to step into Pratsarita. So it's a wide straddle. So we'll take up the entire length of our mat. So draw the 10 toes forward. And then taking hands to the hips. Inhale, press the chest, lift it up. And then as you exhale, slowly begin to hinge forward. Chest leads. Left hand grounds. Right hand opens up. Good. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Left hand opens up here. We'll take one more time through. Open up on the right. Come through center. And open up on the left. Place both hands down. Begin to bend through the right knee. Flex the left toes. So this might be enough for you right here. Or maybe you drop it down, coming into a nice deep ninja squat. You can open up here, floor to ceiling. Maybe a bind is in your practice this evening. Good. One more breath. Then walk it through center. Bend through the left knee. You can stay tall here. If needed, you can even press gently onto that left thigh. So you're just working for the stretch. If you have the space and the mobility this evening, you can draw the right toes up. Left hand grounds, right hand opens up. If you're coming into the bind with me, wrapping that right hand around the back. Left hand reaches forward, wraps around the low left leg, then looking off the right shoulder. And as we inhale, coming back into that nice wide straddle, and we heel toe the feet together. Inhale, rise all the way up, one vertebra at a time. And then we just interlace our hands and lean to the right. So final side body standing stretch. Come back through the center into the left. We're going to slowly begin to lower to our seats. And then all the way down the mat. Take a bend through your knees, bring them to your chest. And just roll side to side here. Finding reclined butterfly. So soles of the feet brought together, knees apart. The shoulder blades press into the mat. Tailbone. You have the lifting of the spine here. You can open up hands. Or maybe one hand comes to heart, one hand to belly. And then finding happy baby. So I draw my knees into my chest. And then I flex the soles of the feet to the sky. I'll take my hands to the insides of my feet. They can also be to the outsides. And then press knees into the armpits and then just roll side to side. And then from here I exhale and I send my legs out long. And then release all the tension and close my eyes. Inhaling and exhale. So 5 more full deep breaths here. I'll begin to draw my knees into the chest. And wrapping my hands around my shins and just rocking side to side. And then from here I press myself, coming back up into my seated easy pose. So the cross-legged position. We'll just inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, open. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, open. Final one here. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, open. And then taking thumb knuckles to your third eye. Bowing forward. Namaste. Hoping you have a wonderful evening. And then just remembering just your list of gratitude. So going to bed feeling thankful. Good night.